Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Ryse Wrestling Something to Fear. I'm Tatiana Rose, and I'm here with Johnny Sinestri, and we are... What?
Who?
Did I say your name wrong?
Johnny who?
I said Joey.
Let me see this. First of all, this show would have been a lot more exciting. I was supposed to be the ring announcer for the show. I was supposed to have the microphone in my hand the entire night. The spotlight was supposed to be on me. But I show up to the Stronghold just to be told by management, you know what, Joey? Red Watson's back. We're not going to need you for ring announcing tonight, so you'll be on the pre-show. Tatiana, do you think I got this haircut today to be on the pre-show?
Wait, you got a haircut?
Do you think I'm wearing a $1,000 outfit to be only on the pre-show? The answer to that is no. Recently, I was asked, what does Joey Sinceri want at Ryse Pro Wrestling? What do I want? I want to be the biggest star in sports entertainment. So if I'm not going to be given what I deserve, then I guess I'm just going to have to take it. So this will be the last time that I'm only on the pre-show. And from here on out, you can refer to me as the show, Joey Sinceri.
Okay, then. Let's start talking.
I'm good now.
You're good now?
Just had to get it off my
You're
chest.
good? Are you ready to talk about the show?
The show is me.
Are you ready to talk about the show that's not you?
Yes.
Okay, wonderful. So, first on the plate, we have the Big Hurt Alan Jepson versus Sean Phoenix. And Alan Jepson, he flew in all the way from Vancouver for this match. It's his debut in Ryse against Sean Phoenix, who has not had a match by himself since August of 2018.
Well, first off, hopefully flying all the way from Vancouver, he doesn't bring the coronavirus, because I cherish my life and I would like to keep on living. But we will see what happens with the Big Hurt versus Sean Phoenix. Sean Phoenix usually has that crutch of having Ziggy Haim with him all the time. I personally don't think Sean Phoenix has a chance against the Big Hurt. He doesn't have Ziggy in his corner. He's coming back from the injury. The Big Hurt's flying here. I saw him already in the back. He's got the bat. He's got the hat. He's ready to put a hurting on Sean Phoenix. So I think Sean Phoenix is in for a painful night.
See, I think that Sean not having a singles match in all this time is actually going to help him. He's got a fire building up in himself. He's got something to prove tonight. So does Alan Jepson, don't get me wrong. But Phoenix, you're right. He's been relying a lot on Ziggy Haim, and I think he's been dying to make
Ziggy Haim. It's okay. I had an interview with her before, and she told me it was Haim, not Haim. But we'll keep going. So, second match up of the night, we have the Friday Night Freak, Troy Lords, going up against Tiger Style, Lee Moriarty. So who do you got in that one?
Oh, I have to go with Lee.
Yeah.
He's one of the biggest competitors here in Ryse, and he's been doing nothing but setting fire to the ring every time he goes out there. But I can't forget about Troy Lords. He's got something to prove as well. He's been on a hot streak lately in Ryse since his debut this year.
Troy Lords has beaten anybody that they put up against him. He beat Drake Braddock. He beat Lewis the Nerd. He's probably going to end up beating Lee Moriarty tonight. The Friday Night Freak, Troy Lords, is somebody to look out for. If you don't watch the Ryse Report on the Armstrong Neighborhood channel, which I'm the host for, so if you don't check it out, you should start watching it. But Troy Lords is actually one of the wrestlers to watch on my JS Best 5. Whoever he's facing, it doesn't matter. He ends up beating them. I think Troy Lords has a big night tonight against Lee Moriarty. Tiger Style going down.
Well, Lee's been inviting some of the best performers from across Pittsburgh the past few shows. Maybe you're right.
Yeah.
Maybe there's a reason he's got Troy
it's
on
not
his
maybe
marks.
I'm right. I will be right.
I guess we'll see.
Yes. So the next matchup we have, loser leaves Ryse. Drake Braddock versus Lewis the Nerd.
This one's going to be painful. I mean, how can you choose between the heart and the soul of Ryse Wrestling? And Drake Braddock and Lewis the Nerd, they've been a great team since their match. I don't know. I don't think I can choose.
Ideally, if it was up to me, a perfect scenario would be both of them exit out of the ring, run headfirst into each other, fall to the ground. The referee counts to 10. It's a double count out, and both of them leave Ryse forever. And then we don't have to deal with military intelligence. We just can forget about them. It'll be a double count out, and they're both gone. That would be the best case scenario, right?
No.
Well, so you're not going to predict who you think's going to win then?
I can't. I mean, how can you expect someone to? I think the worst part about all this is that Lewis and Drake, they were the ones that helped get Sterling in charge in the first place, and now Sterling's the one that put this stipulation out there. It's got to be weighing heavy on their minds.
That's what happens. They should have just, whenever it was military intelligence versus the gavel David Lawless, they should have just lost that match. But look what happened. They won the match. Whoa, whoop-de-doo. Now one of you are leaving Ryse forever. So Lewis, Drake, you did this to yourself. One of you will be gone. Bye-bye.
No, okay. Next up, we have the Grindhouse versus the main event, a big powerhouse showing of tag teams tonight.
Yes, it's for the Ryse Tag Team Championship. The main event, they are one of the hottest tag teams in the entire country. Ring of Honor, WWE tryouts, they're all over the place. They're one of the best teams. But Grindhouse, Derek Direction, the Neon Tarantino, and Shirley Doe are veterans of this Ryse wrestling ring. I don't think the main event is ready for a sick, sadistic team like Grindhouse. It's going to be interesting to see maybe if Scarlett gets involved. I don't know, maybe Grindhouse has another trick up their sleeve and they bring somebody else that joins their team. But it'll be interesting to see what happens in that matchup tonight.
Well, especially since it seems that Sterling is set on getting those tag titles off the fan favorites main event. But with that being said, there is a reason that the main event has been getting such amazing opportunities lately. They are a force to be reckoned with, and the Grindhouse may have a little bit more on their plate than what you think.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. Gannon Jones Jr., the All-Star, the metahuman Duke Davis, is Liddy here tonight? The Lion?
You know, I didn't smell any cats, so I don't think so.
Well, we'll see if Liddy comes out. I'm not sure about that. But we have another, not a debut. He's been here before, but it's been a while. Wes Barkley is going up against Ziggy Haim. Not Haim.
Yes.
But what do you think about that matchup? Ziggy's on a hot streak.
She is on a hot streak, and I'm really excited to see how she fares against Wes Barkley. And as you said, he's been here before. He's teamed with Joshua Bishop, who we will talk about in a second. And if she gets a win over Barkley tonight, that elevates her to a much higher position here in Ryse. It could lead to stronger opportunities for her down the line.
Yes. Like I was saying, if you don't watch the Ryse Report on the Armstrong Neighborhood channel, which again I'm the host for, you don't know about the JS Best 5. And yes, Ziggy Haim is on both lists. Do you know what the JS Best 5 is?
Yes, I do.
Okay, she knows. See, she knows. She watches the show. But the JS Best 5, if you don't know what it is, the top 5 singles competitors here at Ryse, the top 5 tag teams here at Ryse, and Ziggy is on both lists.
Yeah, she has been sort of in a limbo position of not being a singles competitor and not being a full-time tag team competitor either. And it's put her in a very strange spot here at Ryse. So it'll be interesting to see her step away from her partnership with Sean Phoenix tonight.
Yeah, Ziggy Haim is the heart and soul of that Keystone State Dude Corps team. She's very tough to beat. She's undefeated in 2020. She's looking to be the first women's Ryse Grand Champion of all time. So it'll be interesting to see what happens in that matchup.
And right after that, we have a big matchup between Scarlett and Honey Badger. And the last show, Honey Badger wanted her hands on Shirley Doe, and Doe, well, due to a previous injury, brought out the debuting Scarlett. And oh man, that match was something to see.
I don't know too much about either competitor. I just really got to see both of them at the last show. But anytime that the Honey Badger comes out and starts screaming, I was hoping that somebody would come down and shut her up. So I'm hoping that Scarlett finally, what do they do to cats? Spade them? Whatever. I hope Scarlett spades her, destroys her, and ends her screaming once and for all. I don't think I could take another night of her coming out and just screeching.
Well, it's hard to gauge what will happen during this match, as the last one ended in a double disqualification. But from personal experience, Scarlett is a bit of a force to be reckoned with. However, Ryse fans will know that Honey Badger has been a big powerhouse here in Ryse. I mean, she put Christian Noir out of commission. She's been a thorn in the Grindhouse's side for ages. I think Scarlett may have met her match tonight, but we shall see.
Yeah, we'll see about that. We'll see about that. With the Grindhouse being with Scarlett too, I think that's definitely an advantage for Scarlett. So again, yes, we'll see what happens in that matchup. After that, we have Joshua Bishop going up against Pretty Boy Smooth, PB Smooth. The last time we saw PB Smooth, he had Matt Connor in the casket match, and we have not seen the Reaper since then. That was the first time that I saw PB Smooth in action, and he is a scary individual. I got to talk to him a little bit earlier today. He is just a mammoth of a man. But Joshua Bishop can stack up to him just in size, so that's kind of a toss-up too.
Well, both these men are former AIW Absolute Wrestling champions, so that's something. So there's some history between them. They've both done some amazing things. Again, we've seen Joshua Bishop here before at Ryse, teaming with Wes Barkley, but we've not seen him in singles competition. So tonight should be a great showing between these two giants.
Two giants, two titans going at it. If you're on the fence about coming to the show or not, if you're watching this live on Facebook, get in your car, come down to the Stronghold Arena, and watch two of the up-and-coming superstars in any territory live at the Stronghold tonight.
Now, something else to keep in mind is that PB has got his eyes on that Grand Championship. If he gets a win tonight, maybe, just maybe, do you think Sterling will give him an opportunity?
He better get on Sterling's good side if he wants to. And that'll lead us into the Ryse Grand Championship matchup. It is a handicap match where the Iceman, Tony Johnson, is going up against the ruling class members, Dr. Daniel C. Rockingham and the Gavel, David Lawless. And before you speak, this will be the end of the Iceman's reign. There's no chance that one man can beat two from the ruling class. And I'm sure Sterling will be out there making sure things go his way.
But how will that work? Two people cannot hold a singular title.
I'll be the champ then.
I'm sure you will try.
No, they'll both defend it. They'll have to just do handicap matches to get it off the ruling class. So mark my words, tonight when the ruling class wins that championship, regardless of MV Young's going to be the champ, Dr. Dan Rockingham, the Gavel, David Lawless, maybe Sterling will just wear the belt. Maybe he'll be the champion after they win. He's the executive commander. He can do whatever he wants.
Now, let's not put Tony Johnson in a corner. He has been on a roll as our grand champion. He has faced immeasurable odds, and he's been defending that title for months and months and months. I think he's got enough fuel in him to defend it tonight.
We'll see. I think you're going to be wrong, but we'll see about that. We'll see about that.
You seem to be thinking I'm wrong about a lot of things tonight.
No, I'm always right. I'm always right. But talking about being right or wrong, let's see. We'll take our picks, and we'll see after the show who was right about most of these matches. So let's go back to the top. Who do you have to pick somebody? Even whenever it comes to Lewis and Drake, you have to pick somebody. So back to the top. The Big Hurt Alan Jepson versus Firebird Sean Phoenix. Who are you taking in that?
I've got Phoenix on this one. I think he's got enough in him. I think he's going to pull out a big win tonight.
I think the Big Hurt is going to home run, grand slam, hit Sean Phoenix all the way back to Hot Topic. He could return all those studded spike pants and chokers that he wears. I'm taking the Big Hurt in that matchup.
Well, you want to talk about Hot Topic. Next up, we have Troy Lords versus Lee Moriarty. Now, I've got Lee Moriarty.
I'm taking the Friday Night Freak. He is on a streak right now. I got to talk to him earlier. He is so focused on this matchup. I mean, Lee Moriarty is one of the best in the business. This guy will be on national television at some point in his career. He is amazing, but he has not seen somebody like the Friday Night Freak recently. He is so methodical. He is so mysterious. He's going to just hit him with things that Lee is not ready for. So that is why I'm going with Troy Lords in that matchup.
That's fair. Well, that's your pick. But next up we have Drake Braddock versus Lewis. And earlier you gave quite an interesting pick, didn't you?
Yeah.
So now I'm going to have you narrow it down. Drake Braddock or Lewis the Nerd?
I'm sticking with the double count out.
Well,
I'm
that's
sticking with the double count out, and I want them both to lose.
and well, since you're breaking the rules on that one, I'm going to break the rules on this one. I don't want either of them to leave, so I'm staying out of this.
All right, okay. So next we have Grindhouse in the main event for the Ryse Tag Team Champions. Who are you taking in that match?
I think the main event is going to defend tonight. I think the Grindhouse has met their match, and that that main event is going to hold on steady.
I'm going to take the Grindhouse. If you're not following this trend, whatever she says, I'm probably just going to pick whatever the opposite team is.
Okay, so next we have Ziggy Heim versus Wes Barkley, and I've got Ziggy Heim.
I'm taking Wes Barkley. So
That's
then
a big
Scarlett and Honey Badger, who you take? You've fought Scarlett before, right?
I have fought Scarlett before. However,
Did she win?
no.
You won.
Yes. Surprisingly, yes.
I'm taking Scarlett in this matchup.
Well, I've got Honey Badger.
Okay.
If I can beat Scarlett, so can Badger.
Yeah,
But
we'll see
with
what
that-
happens.
With that being said, Badger is a force to be reckoned with, and Scarlett is going to have a tough time pulling out a victory if she can.
Now, the next matchup, Joshua Bishop and Pretty Boy Smooth.
This one's tough.
I'm taking Pretty Boy Smooth.
You're taking Pretty Boy Smooth.
Yes.
Interesting. Well,
And you
I guess I have to go with Joshua Bishop.
okay. And in the last matchup, I'm going to take the ruling class. There's no chance in hell that Tony Johnson can beat two men with Sterling in the background. Dr. Daniel C. Rockingham, the Gavel David Lawless, Sterling, mark my words, at the end of this show are going to be holding that Ryse Grand Championship up high. The ruling class is going to be in power.
And I'm going to have to disagree with you. I think that Tony Johnson is going to keep this hot streak going, and he is going to defend his Ryse Grand Championship tonight. And the ruling class, they're just going to have to wait until the odds even out.
But regardless, we'll see how these picks come up. We have a very exciting show. Like I said right at the beginning, it would have been a little bit more exciting if I was ring announcing and you got to see me a little bit more throughout the show, but maybe in the future. But at least you got me on the pre-show tonight.
I'm sure the next time we will look forward to seeing more of your face and hearing a lot more of your voice.
And before we check out on this, a special message. We are in crisis right now. The Great Alexander's money manager, Ronnie Starks, is missing, and that's why I have this milk carton here. So if you see Ronnie Starks, could you please call the number on this milk carton and just help us find him? I miss him dearly. He is a great friend of mine, and I've been just heartbroken without him. So if you see Ronnie Starks, last seen watching Ninja Turtle movies, he's a white male, eyes are blue, head is shaved. He's a good guy.
You realize it says that he went missing in West Virginia.
That's if you find him, please call us. Let us know where he is at.
And on that note, I think we're done for tonight. You've got your picks, I've got mine. This is going to be Ryse, Something to Fear. We'll see you at the show.
See ya.